Hey, friends, if you haven't joined our free group, Clutter Free Academy over on Facebook, I don't know what is stopping you. Uh, not, I'm not putting any blame on you. I know you've got a lot going on. There are things happening. But if clutter is a problem in your life and you need a little bit of motivation, it's a great place to get it. The group is absolutely free. There's lots of encouragement. We ask questions to help you think, and we just want to move you to a better place when it comes to your day to day life. So just go on over to Facebook, search for Kathi, that's Kathi, Lips Clutter Free Academy. Uh, Ask to join. You'll have to answer a couple of questions because we want to make sure you're not a bot and you're not mean. And come join our community of over 16,000 women who just want to make a difference in their lives and their homes. Well, hey friends, welcome to Clutter Free Academy, where our goal is to help you take small, doable steps to live every day with less clutter and more life. And I am here with one of my favorite human beings on the planet. Her house is gorgeous. I aspire to be her. Her name is Tenneil Register. Hey, Tenneil.
Good morning, Kathi. I'm so excited to find out more about this topic today.
Well,
You-
okay, because I think God has been nudging you on. Now, here's the thing. I have never been to your home, but I have to imagine Uh, this is just my, like, imagining of your home, that it smells as good as it looks, because I can see it through Zoom. I can see it through, when you and I are on the phone together. Tell me if that's true. But yeah, I'll just say there have been a lot of Holy Spirit prompts to say, hey, Tenneil, consider your house and how it smells.
I have to tell you that I got your message with the title of this episode, and just as I walked into my Wednesday night Bible study. And can I
Okay.
tell you the closing line of that Bible study, Kathi, was, do you have people in your life who are close enough to smell you? And so I
And you're
am
like,
getting a
Holy
little.
Spirit, what is going on?
I wish God would just go ahead and tell me directly
Now,
because I'm
here's the thing.
walking
I have
around
been around.
sniffing.
Right. I have been close enough to sniff you, and you're a delight. Let's just be clear there. But I know that and we've seen the commercials. Have you become nose blind in your own house? And we've all walked into somebody else's house and it's like, "Oh, they have dogs." Or, "Oh, there's a litter box somewhere." Or, "Oh, they had fish last night." So, it can happen to anybody, but I wanna walk in confidence that my house is not putting people off, and I'll tell you why this topic became so important to me. Um, I was watching a TikTok, and there was a woman who said, "I need to know how you guys who have great smelling homes, how it smells so good." And I'll just say, I grew up in a place that maybe, it wasn't. And, that's not to blame anybody, but also I know I can be so blind to these things. So I'm going to put the link to her TikTok in our show notes, and also uh, an article from Wirecutter from the New York Times. So your house is stinky. Here's how to fix it. So there have been a lot of things pointing to it in my life. Um, Tenneil, has this ever been anything you've been concerned of? Or are you just like, yeah, it's fine?
No, total concern. You put in a lot of men and a couple of dogs in a house.
Yes.
And then my smell was impacted by COVID a few years ago, and it's never come
Right.
fully back. So when that happened, I used to tell my mom's like real picky about smell. Like, you have to tell me if
Oh,
my house stinks because I'm not
yes.
going to know. So I
Yeah.
do try hard to like do some
Yeah.
proactive things, but it's something I'm
Yes.
aware of too.
Okay. And this is so funny because I've had that same conversation, but about my breath. I told Roger, if my breath is ever smelling off, you need to let me know, because you can't always tell about yourself and you can't always tell about your house. And one of the things in this viral TikTok video that the host Sky says, is back away from the candle. She said, we try to put out a bunch of candles so our house smells good, but if you're layering good scent over bad odor, it's just bad odor with a perfumey smell. And so I've taken some dramatic steps in the past, I would say 2 months, to make sure that my house is smelling good. And so I wanted to talk about this today because we talk so much about the physical clutter that's sitting around, but this may be like, I really didn't think that much about it. And so if maybe you haven't thought about it or you're like, I just give up, I'm going to light a candle and call it good. I wanted to talk it through. So, uh, let's talk about the big principles. The first thing is I want you to stop masking the smell and start eliminating it. And I
Open the
never really,
window.
okay, you're nodding to Neil. Tell me more.
Open the window.
Mm, yes,
Even in
yes.
the middle of winter, right? Like, let a little bit of fresh air in each day. And then, of course, you can see even here in my video, like all of our rooms have ceiling fans. They are not aesthetically the look that I like, but that
Mm.
ventilation is huge here.
Okay, so this has already made a big difference in my house. I just figured winter cozy, like, hey, and of course, our crackling fire smells so good in the winter. But yeah, the everything you have so many soft surfaces in your house that are catching and trapping smells, and that ventilation is so important. So we have been in the dead of winter in January and February. We were opening our windows, for 10 minutes just to get that air circulating. And yes, using the ceiling fans, I have one going here right now, makes a huge difference. Okay, so the next also run your range hood during cooking, especially if it's something, like onions or fish, something that's going to garlic that's really going to trap those smells. Because I used to just run the vent after cooking to try to eliminate the smells, but you want to gather
Oh,
those up and push them out as
put them out.
quickly as possible. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Um, Another thing, everybody has a bottle of Febreze and we all know how to use it. But let me just say, cleaning beats spraying. Because odors live in the bacteria, the grease, trap detergent. And so one thing is your drains. Uh knowing, making sure that you're cleaning out your garbage disposal on a regular basis. Uh Putting ice down your garbage disposal and running that helps to eliminate all that kind of trapped food. And we'll talk more about other things that we should be cleaning, but uh, make sure that you are cleaning surfaces on a regular basis. Uh, Sky's point is diffusing good scents only works once you have removed the bad scents. So most people skip step one entirely. Uh, and also, here's the other thing. It's, I love a good candle, but we just recently had some people over and it was all of our kids and their friends and partners and everybody. And I lit a bunch of candles. And my daughter said, I forgot to tell you, Jess is highly allergic to scent. Okay, so we're eliminating everything. We're opening windows. So you can't always rely on a candle covering up a scent. So Tenneil, are you a candle user?
I do like to light a candle as a finishing touch, but
Yeah.
I've learned to be really careful with them about what I'm burning and that they're clean because
Mm.
a few years ago, when I wasn't as picky about my candles, I moved a picture off of the wall and I could see like a smoke ring around where the frame had
Yes.
been, and no one smokes in our home, and we hadn't burned all
Yeah.
of the food. It was from chemically burned candles over a long
Oh,
period of
man.
time. And so
Oh,
after I
wow.
saw that, I thought, okay, if that's on the wall, that's in our lungs. And so now I'm pretty
Yes.
picky with what I'm burning. And to me, it's like the final reward for the floors are clean and the dishes are put away, and
Yes.
I'm gonna light this candle to
Oh, I love that
finish it
so
off.
much. Yes, perfect. And also, our friend's sister just lost her house, her entire house, to
Oh,
a candle. Yeah. So, even if you are using candles, make sure you're always in the room with them. Blow them out when you leave the room. There's no sense trying to keep that going.
did you know that I almost caught our house on fire with a candle? The only thing that
No.
saved me is my table was metal and not wood.
Oh my
We
goodness.
we had the
Okay.
candle lit and we went outside. We opened the window for fresh air. The kids' school papers blew in the breeze into the candle. There was a wood
Oh.
toolbox as a centerpiece, caught on fire. The shirt that was laying on the table melted to the table. But if my table had not been metal,
Oh my
my house would
goodness.
have been on fire. So it's
Oh
real.
my goodness. It is real, guys. It is real. Yeah, I think if firefighters could eliminate candles altogether, they absolutely would.
I
Okay,
think
so
that's
I
true.
wanna talk
People married to
yeah,
firemen do not burn candles.
yes, exactly. Okay, I want to talk about laundry and soft surfaces because this is the stuff that is trapping so much smell. So, one thing, so Wirecutter suggests, especially things like curtains. I have not done a good job of washing my curtains enough. And so that's something I am doing this spring. And my plan, they say every 3 months. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to do every 6 months
I think
because
that's huge.
I,
That's more
I
often than
think
I'm
it's
washing mine.
yeah, exactly, right? It's more often than I have been in the past. But yes, it's time. So Wirecutter says wash in cold water with only 2 tablespoons of detergent, way less than you
Mm.
might think, and no fabric softener. And if you have clothes that are smelly, to wash those clothes inside out to make sure like pits and things like that, it's getting on there as well as it can. Another smelly, secret smelly place are towels.
I was
Um,
just thinking of this one. This is the one I probably notice most at other people's homes, is if, like,
right?
the dish rag in the kitchen or the hand towel in the
Yes.
bathroom don't
Why
aren't fresh.
you
I
you
think
need
some
to be
people can smell it
washing
and some people can't. I really do.
okay, I can smell it.
Me too.
Um, you if you're using a cloth in your kitchen to clean up stuff, that goes in the laundry. It doesn't
Daily,
get rinsed out for another day. No, no, we're
daily.
not doing that. Daily, exactly. I probably change my towels in the kitchen like every 3 days. I'm not as on top of it with those because I'm just like, okay, I'm washing clean hands and putting them on a clean towel, but still every 3 days or so to make sure that they don't smell, they don't get hard. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, they suggest, borax in a hot wash cycle. And then we all love a good towel hook, but, uh, you actually wanna spread that towel across a bar or a rod so it doesn't scrunch up
If it's
because
damp
that's
for sure,
trapping the
right?
moisture.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I have
Absolutely.
this bonus.
Uh
I didn't design it in the house, but in our bathroom where our towels are on hooks, it's right above a heat vent. And since I'm in a northern climate, the
oh,
heat's almost always on and it dries them out almost like
wow.
the dryer would. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
design it that way. It's just
amazing.
a little bonus. Plus your towel's warm when you get out of the shower.
A warm towel out of the shower sounds amazing. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the biggest difference I've made in my house, and, you have to buy a product, but this has made a huge difference that I can tell. Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, before I do that, rugs, curtains, slip covers, um, you washing those in a cold enzyme detergent, so making sure that it has enzyme, but, uh or, some of those things need to be dry cleaned. Nothing in my house needs to be dry cleaned. But just you don't have to wash things in hot water to get the smell out. But okay, so this is the big one for me because we have a fabric couch. We have rugs and things like that, and we have a dog. And I wouldn't say she's the smelliest dog in the world, but she's also not smelly. And so there is a product, and I think it's used mostly in hospitals in a higher concentration. It's called
Hmm.
Bryotech hypochlorous acid concentrate. Okay, so that's a big fancy word. Um, but this is what Sky on TikTok suggested. And it smells a little bleachy when it comes out, but it
Ooh, I
has
would like
not
that.
yeah, it has not affected the fabric on anything of mine yet. But of course, test yours out on your own fabrics and things like that.
And what are you
It
washing in this?
I'm not washing it, I'm spraying it, like, on
Ooh,
rugs or curtains in between washing, or, my couch,
okay.
just to make sure anything I can throw in the washing machine, like Moose's dog bed, I'm throwing in the washing machine. But there are things you just can't, and so this is been the in between. Uh, it helps eliminate smell. Now, the only trick is you have to keep it in a non-clear container. Sun affects it, so and it
Oh,
loses its magical powers.
mhm.
So we got these brown glass containers for it. But I'll tell you, it is better than any Febreze anything. I'll put the link in Amazon to it, but it is made also, spraying it inside of shoes is
Oh, now
also another
there
thing.
we are on to something. Our oldest has a chronic issue, like
Yeah.
a shower every night, every morning, and changes socks, and it's just is what it is. So,
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
I'm
So,
getting on
yeah,
Amazon right now while we're still talking.
I would spray it in the shoes and then let it dry for several hours before you put so maybe do it the night before.
Right.
Um, yeah, and here's the other thing, guys, and I'm gonna say this to myself. I'm not criticizing anybody. We just need to be washing stuff way more than we are.
Oh, isn't
Um,
it true?
uh,
I'm terrible with, like, the dog bed and some things like that. Like, I know where the stink
yes,
is coming from, and I
yes,
feel like some of those things, when I wash them, they still kinda come out stinking, so then I tend to just,
right.
like, replace them instead of washing them. But, like, if I washed it once a week, the stink would come out instead of thinking I could wash it every 3 months. So there's the honesty. If
Ex
you come to my home and you smell the dog bed, just tell me about it. Like, "Tenneil, you need a new dog
yes.
bed or wash that thing." Just tell me.
Yes, those things like the dog bed, the dog blanket, um, my comforter because Moose sleeps on our bed, like,
Uh-huh.
I need to be doing those once a week, and let me just say, I'm doing them now every other week, which is way more than I used to be doing, but I've been spending a lot of time in bed because of various health things, so it hasn't gone as, I haven't done it as much, but as soon as I start to smell it, I need to be on it, and I need to be better about just like, okay, Wednesdays we do this. So that Bryotech guys, I'll put the link in there. It's a professional deodorizer for dental offices, schools, homes, and it's peroxide free. So I I I get no commission, yeah, but I just want you to have that. Okay, and then finally, let's de-stink the bathroom. Uh, so this is something I never really thought of, the exhaust fan. Now, I always thought of the exhaust fan more for fogginess, but, what their New York Times recommendation was run it 20 minutes before and after your shower, not just during.
I knew after,
And
but I didn't know before, but that would get the airflow going before the heavy of
exactly.
the shower starts.
Yes, and it prevents mildew. Also, I will tell you guys, we started to smell something funky in our bathroom. We could not figure it out. I got on with AI to try to figure out what was going on, and it was kind of a sulfur smell in our bathroom, and the suggestion was to put mineral oil down that sink and then follow it up with hot water, and I'll tell you, it took care of it. So, g talk to your own home, you know, guru, but that was really helpful. So the P-trap trick from Wirecutter: guest bathroom drains dry out and let sewer gas in. So
Okay,
run the
hang on.
faucet.
I
What?
was well over hang on, I was well over 30 before I knew that a P-trap wasn't like the toilet, that it's your sink. So let's just clarify real quick
Oh,
that
that's a
right?
good
The
clarification. Yes.
P-trap is your faucet runs down, and then it's a
Yes.
U-shaped curve that goes back up. And that little
Right.
U-shaped curve is meant to catch things that shouldn't flow down the drain and keep it
Yeah.
flowing nicely. And that needs to sometimes be emptied if you have too much, especially if you have kids or things going down your drain that shouldn't be down
Right.
your drain. That P-trap might need
Yeah.
cleaned out. And also the P-trap holds water to keep things flowing.
Yes, and all of that causes stink. That's
Yes.
all a recipe for stink. Yes. And especially if you have a bathroom you don't use very often, they're saying you need to run that faucet for 1 to 2 minutes to make sure that you're getting that, gas out of, so it's not coming up through your bathroom. So
The
that was
same is
that was really interesting. Yeah, go
Yeah, the
ahead.
same is true if you have a basement drain that isn't used.
Oh, yeah.
You have to
That would make
put
sense.
water down it about once a week to keep that from drying out and
Yeah.
stinking too.
Yes. Okay, excellent. And your towels. Um, I wash mine every 3 days, like 3 to 4 days because I do it twice a week. Um, you have to be washing your towels at least once a week. And if they're starting to smell, you need to wash them in a hot style of borax. You just have to. You just have to, because you want to get that done. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. This is an exercise episode, you guys, but we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the fun stuff, the how to make things smell great. So we'll take a quick break and come right back. Friends, I hope you know how much we appreciate you listening to Clutter Free Academy. And for those of you who have helped support this podcast financially, I just want to say thank you. It has meant the world to us. If you would like to be a partner, if this podcast has helped you in any way and you would like to partner with us with maybe $5 a month or a one-time gift, we would love for you to be able to do that. If you go to Kathi.link/coffee, that's KATHI.link/coffee, and we'll have that link also in the show notes. You can go there, you can pledge what you want to give. And I just want to say thank you. We have so many faithful people who are doing just a little bit each month to keep this podcast going, and it means the world. Thanks so much. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Okay, how do you make your house smell yummy? Uh, there are so many things you can do. I have kind of a signature smell for each room. So like in my kitchen, I use a grapefruit cleanser.
Mm,
And then I have a grapefruit candle and a grapefruit diffuser. Now, I don't run all those at the same time, but like for each room, I love a good citrus smell. And
I do
so
too.
I have that going for that. What's your favorite kind of smell? What's your smell category?
I would say generally in the house, we keep kind of a like consistent with our brand, right? In our house. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like a woodsy, leathery,
Mm,
western, not overpowering
nice.
because I want it to be
Right.
clean, but kind of a birchish leather type of scent. And of course,
Oh,
at
nice.
R7 we sell candles, so I also, burn those from the
Nice.
shop.
Yeah. Product research, right? Absolutely.
Right, right. And also, like,
Yes.
when you drop the jar in the shop and the glass breaks, well, somebody has to burn that candle. It might as well be me.
Somebody has to burn that candle. I don't know if you know about this. My former life, when I was a sales rep, one of the companies I rep for was Carolina Candles.
Ooh, I
And
didn't.
I got all the returns.
Yes.
And yeah, I still have a few of those candles.
I
I
bet.
find them every once in a while. It's like, I didn't know I moved that. Okay, there we go. I thought this was really interesting to, if you want, you've got somebody coming over, you want it to smell good, put 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract in an oven safe dish at 300 degrees for 20 minutes. And
That
it
I have
smells
never
like
heard that
fish.
tip, and that seems so genius to me.
Isn't that amazing? I love
Yeah.
that idea. I
And that's
really
kind of a
do.
scent that even if it's someone's favorite, they're not gonna be offended by it, right? Where when you get into really
Exactly.
specific scents, somebody might be bothered
Mhm.
by it.
Exactly. Okay. This one I have done and it makes a huge difference. Put a couple of drops of essential oil on a cotton ball and put that in the canister of your vacuum. Because
Okay,
I don't know. Go ahead.
hold on. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
do this right now.
Yeah.
Like, right now.
It's
Because
it
I
makes
struggle with
such
the
a difference.
stinky canister because I have pets,
Yes.
right? And
I was
so,
gonna
like, I
say it
changed the
smells like dog.
filters. Yes, and I changed the filters, and I've put, like, cotton pads of essential oils, like, where the filter is so that it will
Yeah.
smell through, but that's not fixing the problem of the
It
stinky canister, so that's
no,
happening here
it's
at our 7 today. Life-changing
I
podcast
wonder
episode.
I also wonder if we could put some of that, biotech on
Uh-huh.
a cotton ball. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do some research because
Yeah,
to eliminate some of that smell because, yeah, Moose is only 9 pounds, but she can smell bigger. Yeah, so put it just, as you're vacuuming, it smells so much better. If you have
okay.
reed diffusers, flip the reeds every week.
Yeah,
And you need more the bigger the room, the more scent you need. And I don't
yes.
know that we always think of it like that. Um, okay,
And
and
the more
then
reads, right?
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And then Sky from TikTok, one of the things she does is, she will tuck scent beads or dryer sheets inside her couch covers. And I thought, "Oh," now I've thought about putting them down, but not inside the cover. I think that's genius.
Yeah, I've
And
I've
she's
hidden them,
mhm.
like, under the cushions or behind them
Yes,
on a stinky couch
yes,
before. I don't have a stinky couch now. Anyone who's listening and knows me, you can come over, the couch doesn't stink, but I used to have a stinky couch.
yeah. And here's another thing I would say. Put away any blankets that you're not using. Put away any of those soft fabrics that you're not using on a regular basis so you don't have to wash 100 things. You wash the 10 things in your house that are absorbing those odors. And so, because it's nice to have 1,000 blankets, but sometimes all we're doing is we're trapping odor, especially if you want to really have a better smelling house. And then I think the other thing is pick a scent that really reflects you. So you're saying it's like leather and wood. For us, it's more citrusy kind of thing. But pick something that really is pleasing to you and make that your signature scent. Put be sure to, and I'll say the other thing, guys, just make sure, especially your bathrooms and your kitchens are clean. That makes a huge difference in this. Okay, Tennille, what's one thing you're going to try based off of this? I think I already
Definitely.
know.
Yeah, definitely the vacuum canister 100%.
Yeah.
And I have one other weird thing to say,
Yeah.
to
Tell me.
think about, because I tend to be allergic to a lot of detergents and scents and things like
Yeah.
that. So
Roger,
when you're
too.
doing your guest sheet, it is not the
Hmm.
time to use your most
Yeah.
scented like
No.
detergents and fabric softeners. So
Yeah.
I think really finding some ways to do scents that are also like safe when you have guests is kind of an
Yes.
important thing. Like I can't sleep if I'm afraid I'm going to like break out from whatever the scent is on the cover. So I'm pro like make the room smell good and have clean
Yeah.
fabrics, but that the scent itself isn't coming from your fabric.
Roger's exactly the same way. We special order dryer sheets. We use dryer balls a lot of time, but when
Yeah,
we're
we do too.
traveling, we'll take dryer sheets and that are fragrance free. We use Tide fragrance free, all of that, just
Yeah.
to make sure that it's not irritating him. It makes such a difference. Okay, the one thing I want to do is I want to get on a better rotation of washing the blankets and the dog beds. I think that's just
Okay.
and I think Moose may need a couple less dog beds 'cause,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just too much to keep up on. And, her ancestors fought wolves. She could do with one less dog bed. Okay, friends, we're gonna put all this information in the show notes so that you can also have and if you have any ideas, We would love to hear from you. If you send them to info@kathilipp.com, we would love to hear how you're making your house smell great. Tenneil, thank you so much. This was so fun. What an interesting subject that I haven't really heard a lot about until recently, but I think this was exactly the right topic to do. Okay, friends, you've been listening to Clutter Free Academy. I'm Kathi Lipp. Now, go live the clutter free life you've always wanted to live.